Welcome to Women's Rugby Rundown 174 for September 30th through October 6th. And round two of WXV, Italy, Hong Kong, Scotland, Samoa, Australia, Spain, France, Canada, and England all secured victories, setting up for an exciting final round where the WXV champions will be crowned and the last two teams for the 2025 Rugby World Cup will become known. Latvia returned to Test rugby after 15 years after a dominant win over Norway, and Waikato reclaimed the Farah Palmer Cup Premiership title in a thrilling victory over Canterbury. And as always, we round up all of the global premier and club competitions worldwide. Get ready for the latest in women's rugby. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. Let's start with our 15s news. Italy defeated Wales 8-5 in an intense match with a try from captain Giordano, a crucial penalty by Rigoni, and a sensational defense that held off a last-chance push by Wales. Hong Kong kept their Rugby World Cup qualification hopes alive with a dominant 38-7 victory over Madagascar, securing their first ever WXV3 win and setting up a crucial match against the Dutch next week. France defeated the United States 22-14, securing their 8th consecutive win over the Americans with 3 tries and a strong defensive effort, bouncing back from their loss to Canada. In a bruising battle, Scotland secured a 19-13 win over Japan, where in the last moments, just like some of the other matches on the weekend, we saw Sakura trying to score to capture a win, but they could not get in. Scotland have turned things around, winning 12 of their last 15 tests since last April, a huge shift after 12 straight defeats. Canada secured their second WXV win after defeating Ireland 21-8. This sets up a title clash with world number 1 England for next weekend. They'll also fight again for the Utrecht Shield. In another dramatic match on the weekend, the Wallaroos secured a 33-26 win over South Africa. The Springboks tried to get a last-second gasp try, but again, defense won the day. Samoa powered to a 45-17 victory over Fiji. This is quite remarkable, where in the Oceania Championship, they did not beat Fiji, and in their last 8 meetings, they've only won 3 times. Spain secured a 20-0 win over the Netherlands, and this keeps their hopes alive for the 2025 Rugby World Cup, and they're in first place, but they've got a big match next weekend. The Red Roses claimed a 49-31 victory over the Black Ferns with standout performances, including a hat trick from Jess Breach and braces from Abby Dow and Ellie Kildunn, securing their second win of the tournament. Latvia dominated Norway 50-0 in their return to Test rugby after 15 years, controlling the game from start to finish with powerful forward play and 8 tries. That's all the scores for WXV, and now, of course, we're looking ahead to the last round where the champions will be determined. England facing Canada in WXV1. They'll also fight for the title of the Utrecht Shield. Australia will battle Scotland for the WXV2. And in WXV3, this is where all the drama will be. Spain must beat Fiji to secure World Cup qualification, while Samoa could claim the title with a bonus win point over Madagascar if Spain falters. Hong Kong could still snatch second place with a bonus point win if both Spain and Samoa slip up. So there's all to watch for this weekend in the WXV. We've released our 2025 fixtures and results page, added a couple of things to make it a little bit easier for you to find matches, how to watch. Links are there. And then, of course, we're tracking all of the upcoming competitions, HSBC 7s, the tournaments that have been announced, 6 nations, and then, of course, we'll add the Rugby World Cup matches. Lots of updates to come. In 7s news, the Philippine Volcanoes made history by winning double gold at the Asia Rugby Emirates 7s Trophy in Nepal, with the men's team defeating Chinese Taipei and the women's team edging India 7-5 in a thrilling final. Both sides will now be promoted back to the championship. In Premier and Club news, Waikato triumphed 27-25 over Canterbury in an exhilarating Farah Palmer Cup Premiership final. They reclaimed the title through the work of their forwards and a lot of resilience as Canterbury mounted a strong comeback, but again, defense had the final word. Corstorphine held on to their undefeated record with a narrow 1-point win over Watsonian in the Arnold Clark Premiership, while Harrods stayed in the race with a close victory against Cartha, but they'll need a big result against the top 4 team to climb out of 5th place. Round 3 of the Welsh Premiership saw wins from Whitland and Buryport, but the league continues to face disruptions with 4 postponements already. In round 2 of the Nigeria AIL, Wicklow's 7-try performance against Galwegians put them atop the standings, with Railway Union in 2nd after their narrow win over UL Bohemian, who sit in 4th, while Suttonians hold 3rd. Positions 6 to 8 are also very tight in the standings. In the first round of France's Elite One, Toulouse, Blagnac, Bois-Bendier, ASM, Romnier, and Bordeaux Stadium all secured victories. The PWR opened their season as well. Gloucester, Hart Prairie, Bristol Bears, Saracens, and Exeter kicked off their season with impressive wins. The Super W in Australia will have a different look next year. Only 5 teams, as Rugby Australia announced that the Melbourne Rebels have been eliminated from the competition. The BC Premiership in Canada has kicked off. Some of the matches have been rearranged. They were supposed to have a couple of matches September 28th, but it looks like only one has been played, where the defending champions, the Vancouver Thunderbirds, were victorious. Over in the United States, the club season has kicked off, but there are some changes afoot with the WER coming in and where WPL teams will end up. So we are working to try to figure out that. We'll have our standings out for you soon. That does it for us this week. Of course, there's more news that we couldn't fit in this video on our site at yscrugby.com. Never miss an episode of Women's Rugby Rundown by subscribing on Patreon, Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite social media platform.